So hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to come and listen to our pitch. We are Aviation Communications, and this is our plan for what we think Sunwing should be doing in 2021, as well as plans for social media and our campaign in general. So just a little bit about aviation to begin. Founded in 2020 amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, Aviation PR, also known as Aviation Communications, was really founded on the idea of crisis management and reinventing brands for the current times that we find ourselves in. Really focusing on developing reputations and really maintaining the reputation that they've already had and really expanding on that, as we find that a lot of brands are finding themselves under pressure at the moment. And what we aim to do is really help brands from the ground up. So developing plans and marketing techniques that really help brands soar. So very in line with our name there. Our team is a mix of a lot of creative strategists and market experts in which we develop, with our extreme knowledge of traditional PR, we use to create creative campaigns and new campaigns that are really innovative and new, but also deliver the traditional results that you would expect from any campaign. And of course, like I said, we understand what traditional PR looks like and what it is, and we innovate that with new market trends and to make sure it's really relevant and really resonates with the current climate and the audience that we're targeting. And essentially what we do is we connect with our connections to the media and our network and our resources. We connect our brands with these people to make really strong partnerships and relationships that not only lead to, again, like I said, strong connections and relationships, but really lasting results that essentially, again, like I mentioned, help your brand soar. And we understand the importance of a reputation and its effect on its stakeholders, that be the consumers or the people involved. So we want to make sure that we help create this really immersive, new, innovative campaign that consumers are really proud to see coming from the company. And so just a little bit about our services. We are a 360 PR agency / communications marketing agency. And so we do creative strategy, we do media relations, experiential events, in which you'll hear a little more about later, in which we try to really go along with our motto and really provide a unique experience, creative services, as well as community management, in which, again, you can see through our monitoring and social interaction with our communities.
All right, so now let's just put some bios and faces to the name of our company and meet your competitor's worst nightmare. So my name is Idan Dave. I'm the CEO of Aviation's PR and Communications. And my biggest responsibilities is just to overall look over the operations, make big decisions. And through my leadership and experience, I'm able to build connection and trust with clientele and the media, and overall perform a seamless cross-platform communication.
My name is Christine Boache, and I'm the COO of Aviation Communications. I have a lot of experience working with large brands of a lot of sizes. So when I joined Aviation Communications, I was really able to reach back into my network and kind of work with our current clients and future clients to see how we can kind of work together and bring their vision to life.
Alrighty, and that brings me to me, and I'm Kendrick Tran. I'm the Chief Creative Officer, also known as the CCO. And I've done a lot of work within the creative industry, a lot of work in editorial, as well as artistic direction. So with that, I'm able to bring my knowledge of design trends, aesthetic, and branding to aviation, really, again, providing that experience where we bring really creative ideas and really help brands take it to the next level.
All right, so now let's just get down to the business. You know, what are the obstacles? What are the challenges that Sunwing's facing? And as we all know, COVID-19 has left a significant impact on the airline industry, especially. And after having that informative discussion with Melanie in our previous class, and after conducting the research and data, we've created these 4 major obstacles that we believe our company and campaign can find the solution for Sunwing. So firstly is that the Canadian government health regulations are continuously changing. So the health protocols and the safety regulations imposed by the government has caused many to lose confidence in safe traveling. And this unawareness of Sunwing's protocols and safety measures really do stem onto the stakeholders, imposing fear for future travel plans, ultimately affecting the company's revenue and reputation. Secondly, the loss of confidence in safe traveling. Now, this is where I believe most of the concerns are happening, because many don't understand the protocols that airlines are doing or going through to ensure the safety of their consumers and stakeholders. And so regarding Sunwing's approach and the plans of navigating through this pandemic, what are they actually doing to keep these customers safe is a big obstacle to overcome. Thirdly, the cancellation and rebookings of trips, the full refunds versus the credits. So this pandemic has led to the cancellation of rebookings and trips, prompting customers to request full refunds against future credits and vouchers. And many have targeted their frustration onto the company, and they urge Sunwing to comply with their complaints and accommodate such concerns through full refunds. Now, we understand from our research that Sunwing has specific cancellation policies in place for a reason, and we believe that reaffirming these protocols is one of Sunwing's top priority in resolving concerns and offering the best service possible. And lastly, the overall call to action. At this point, there have been an increase of inquiries through the media, public, just in general, about what Sunwing is actually doing through this pandemic. How are they navigating? What's their plan and call to action?
So here at Aviation, we're really dedicated to finding what works specifically for your business. We take the time and we pride ourselves in really taking the time to carefully understand the challenges you're facing while coming up with the best way to elevate your business. So like Dan previously mentioned, once we took account of the challenges the Sunwing business was facing as a whole, we decided the best course of action was actually a 360 campaign titled #Airplane Mode. So Airplane Mode actually has a target audience of young adults and families aged 18 to 35. #Airplane Mode is actually meant to speak to the sensibilities of this demographic directly. So with Sunwing package deals, we know they're already incredibly priced and they're always to hot and sunny destinations. So we know that this already appeals to this demographic. So we're hoping to launch our campaign just in time for the summer holidays. We know that things are changing constantly and we cannot really know exactly where things are going to go, but we're hoping that this campaign will really inspire future travel and inspire our existing and future customers to book with us. So during this time period, we're going to have a lot of families with their little ones at home. We're going to have young adults who are kind of looking for a getaway or something to look forward to now that there's a lot of nicer weather. Something to really note here is that Airplane Mode isn't just a one-dimensional campaign. It's actually being split up into 3 bite-sized categories and activations that we plan to launch month to month in order to preheat the summer rush for our target audience. The subcategories in question are separate activations that are titled Stay Safe with Sunwing, Stay Loyal Under Our Wing, and #Wellness Month. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up, but we just wanted to kind of chat more about Airplane Mode and the goals for this campaign. So again, like I said, we really want to inspire future travel here and existing and future customers. We're going to be doing this by obviously giving exclusive benefits, and this campaign is also going to feature Sunwing's first ever loyalty program. It's going to be completely interactive. So in doing this, we're really aiming to gain back that customer trust and loyalty while really speaking directly to our audience.
And this is just a little example of what we have planned for the social campaigns and what we want to roll out on your social media. So I'll just give this a little play and I'll talk a little bit more about it afterwards. So there was just a little example of what we have planned to roll out on your social media, giving the clients and the consumers and the followers of Sunwing a little taste of what they can expect from our virtual reality experience and what they can look forward to seeing furthermore from Airplane Mode as a campaign. So just to go a little further into our little post here, I'm just going to show how we also cover all the boxes when it comes to our campaigns, including copywriting assistance as well. And what we have for this post here is it says, this past year has proven to be a difficult time for many. With restrictions to travel being made for public safety, Sunwing recognizes the stress that comes with being at home. So we've created a solution. Introducing #Airplane Mode, allowing you to immerse yourself in a reality other than your own. #Airplane Mode is a virtual reality experience that allows you to live out your vacation from the comfort of your own home. The best part is that it's accessible to anyone that has a cell phone. And that's just a little taste of what we have planned for your social media.
Awesome, thank you. Now let's go into the details of each activation. So in the first activation, it's going to be in the month of April, And this purpose is to just educate and inform viewers and stakeholders of the policies that Sunwing has already in place. For example, the safety regulations, what they're doing on the actual aircrafts, when flights will be able to be run again. And the main component for this activation month is doing a sit-down Instagram live with the CEO of Sunwing, Stephen, as well as an influencer that we'll be talking about a bit later in the presentation. And this is just to attract attention using, influencers and using the experience from the actual CEO. And then I'm going to move on to the second activation.
Yeah. And so with that training, we're also going to media train the CEO just to make sure that when they interact with the influencer, they get that full experience. But also for the second activation, we're going to be introducing Stay Loyal with Sunwing, Stay Loyal under our wing, in which previously mentioned by Christine is the first ever loyalty program that we want to introduce on behalf of Sunwing. And essentially what it is we want to inspire future travel and reinstall confidence with the company, really make people understand that we have their best interest in mind and we're always thinking about what they can get out of our services and an experience. And essentially what it is that when they easy to sign up for, once we relaunch the website with some changes that we're going to talk about further on in the presentation, it's a simple email sign up and their name, and then they get access to our loyalty program, in which it will include promotions every week with our campaign, including 15% discounts to future bookings, updates to regulations and safety that we have done within the company, as well as exclusive deals that will only be available for our loyal clients that sign up. And for the essentially what will happen is that when they sign up, they'll be added to our database and they'll get access to, again, like mentioned earlier, Wellness Month, as well. This will be their access key to the VR experience, which is airplane mode.
So the third and final activation of airplane mode is #Wellness Month. Now this campaign is something we're all really excited about because this is where we kind of get to have a bit of fun. Wellness Month is going to be really unique in the sense that it really explores what we like to call the 5 senses of Sunwing. So we're going to be offering live virtual events every week during Wellness Month, and these will go live on the updated Sunwing website. So they're going to consist of virtual cooking classes, virtual cocktail classes, virtual dance classes, and yoga on the beach, and also a virtual spa day. So the best part of this particular activation is that it's all going to be happening live on select Sunwing resorts, and potential customers can experience this all from the comfort of their own homes. The only thing that we require, like Kendrick said, is an email sign up. And we think this is going to be incredibly effective because not only are we giving all of our potential customers a taste of what is to come on their next trip, but we're also bringing back that empathy there and acknowledging the fact that the last year has been really difficult, and we're providing the best possible experience that we can with the new normal and bringing Sunwing back into that conversation. Another component of Wellness Month is also our virtual reality experience, which is exactly what airplane mode is centered around. So with this program, we're going to be introducing Sunwing's first ever virtual reality program. So our updated website is going to give potential customers a chance to tour Sunwing locations with a guide and give a sneak peek of what is in store of their next vacation, and really further that conversation regarding just that thread between virtual reality and travel. Especially with today's climate, we think it's really important for Sunwing to be the first travel company to explore this concept, as we think a lot of your competitors are going to follow suit.
And here we have just a little example again of what they can expect to see from within the VR experience. So we're just going to play the video again and talk a little more later on. So as you can see within the video, what this program will include is different locations and experiences as part of Wellness Month and further on, as well as you'll be able to have a full 360 experience where you can move into the experience and really experience it from your home, as well as finally all wrapped up with an automated guide that will support them not only for the added client experience, but also really tie that finishing bow on top of the final experience.
There we go.
So our PR and business objectives for airplane mode as a whole are to gain 500,000 media impressions over 3 months. So with the launch of our various airplane mode activations, Stay Loyal under Sunwing, Stay Safe with Sunwing, and Wellness Month, we're hoping to have 20,000 loyalty member program signups in the first 3 months. We really would love to improve public perception of Sunwing and its customer concerns and how they handle those things. We're hoping that this will really reinstill customer trust and loyalty, and that we'll also see a 5% increase in overall sales. We're hoping that all of our activations and our efforts included will also gain an additional 15,000 followers on Sunwing social media outlets in the first 3 months. That will include YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And we're also hoping to obtain, on top of all of the already social earned media that we are looking to obtain, we're looking to obtain a minimum of 10 online stories covering the launch of the loyalty program, Wellness Month, and VR walkthroughs and activations over a 2-month period. So some of the recommendations we have in order to just flawlessly execute this campaign are for Sunwing to implement a loyalty program and Wellness Month launch event. We're hoping that these will be like kind of brand identity briefings just to further inform our consumers and our shareholders of the new safety protocols, discount programs, and all of the programs Sunwing is rolling out as a whole. Obviously, they're going to be held virtually, and attendees will receive custom Wellness Week kits. They'll also be able to enjoy the Sunwing's CEO, Stephen Hunter. He's going to be having a question and answer period with the press, and also all influencers and other media that are invited are going to be welcome to ask questions at that time and really just tour the VR experience before it goes live. Another one of our recommendations is for Sunwing to utilize press releases and email blasts. We recommend that they focus on you guys focus on utilizing this because they're going to really bring awareness to the launch of the new programs of Wellness Month and the VR walkthrough, and it's going to be sent to prominent journalists and media outlets in the GTA. The press materials are obviously going to include an in-depth look at our launch events, the promotions, the discounts, and all of the things that we're offering our Sunwing customers. And we really believe that the ingenuity of our activations like the VR walkthrough make these stories really newsworthy. It's going to allow it to gain a lot of media attention in both the travel and lifestyle sectors, and this earned media is really going to create a buzz before we launch and help us reach our KPIs. Another recommendation is implementing promotions. Obviously, with the launch of the loyalty program, we can't do that without promotions. So we're looking to have 15% discounts for anybody that signs up for the loyalty program. And obviously during Wellness Month, we're going to be doing $100 off the full price of a trip. So we recommend that Sunwing implements those promotions and those discounts just to keep everyone engaged, to get people excited to really book with us and to continue the conversation in general. Another recommendation we have is a full website update. We're looking to revamp the website completely and just make it something more fun, exciting, and just have that landing page and that launch page just be something that everyone can interact with and engage with. We also need to update it because it is going to be facilitating the VR experience. So we will have to update all of our all of the servers just to really be able to facilitate the expected traffic that Sunwing will be expecting while we're promoting and having discounts and promotions. The last two recommendations we have are social ads, of course, and influencer marketing. So we're hoping that Sunwing will be able to implement social ads across all of their social media platforms. They'll feature the hashtags #airplane mode, #stay loyal under our wing, and #wellness week. This is just to further reach our target audience and entice customers and influencers to show how they're engaging with our events, activations, how they're just planning their staycation and vacations, and just to get that conversation going. And the final one is influencer campaigns and social media. So just ahead of the launch of Wellness Month and loyalty program, we're going to be launching a user-generated content campaign. So over a 3-month period, we're going to have Canadian lifestyle and travel influencers post about their experience using our new features, our promotions, have them talk about the events that they're attending for us, and also just kind of taking a look back at their previous vacations and using that as a touch point as to why they're going to be booking with us in the future. So working with these influencers is really going to allow us to speak directly to our target audience because they're all within that same kind of demographic. And it's going to give a really raw and personal perspective on what we're rolling out and really give that personality back to the brand.
Thank you so much, Christine. Now, after hearing all of these amazing details, you're probably wondering, so what are we tackling and when? So we've created a 3-month period for this campaign starting in April. And right off the bat, April 1st, we're going to be posting a Instagram post from Sunwing's account, basically introducing the campaign in general and the first activation month. So as you can see, throughout of April, we're going to be building up to the live event Instagram sit-down Q&A with CEO Steven and one of our influencers that we'll be talking about later. And then throughout the month of April, we're going to be inviting media to attend this launch, as well as sending out press releases and just generating buzz altogether. The second month is of May, and this month is going to be all about the loyalty program. So on the 1st of May is actually just a social media post introducing this activation month. And then on May 7th, specifically at 6 p.m., we're opening up that website via Sunwing's website, allowing people to register through their emails, a simple email click, and then you'll be able to have a digital loyalty card. And again, throughout this whole month, we're going to be having press invitations, influencer invitations to come out to that launch, as well as updating the website, sending out email blasts, news releases, influencer posts, etc. And third, June. So this month is actually where I think the most fun is where you get to experience through the virtual reality, your virtual classes. So we have a broad selection starting from cocktail classes, yoga classes, spa days, and virtual dance classes. Now, we wanted to give consumers the opportunity to use the amenities that they would have if they had gone on vacation right at the comfort of their own home. So at the beginning of June, we're going to do a virtual walkthrough, basically explaining how the program works, answering any questions that anyone might have. And then throughout, as you can see, each selective week is designed for a specific class. And then to top it all off at the end of the month, send out, a thank you email blast to those who had participated, had joined, supported Sunwing in this campaign, and just telling them thank you for all that they've done and that we're always here, to support them and prioritize them. And then in between July and August, we're going to continue to monitor and track all of the impressions and evaluate if our goals were reached through critical mention and SEMrush, where these tools basically allow us to be informed of the social media impressions, have you reached them, the website traffic on social media and on the actual website, and the new loyalty program accounts, those who have already registered for it, and any new members as well.
And so with this, we have a variety of influencers and influential people that we would like to work with as part of this campaign. Here, we're just going to give you an example of one of the main ones that we would like to use as a little taste of the people that we want to work with and what we can expect from their engagement. So here we have Hopscotch to the Globe, and essentially they're a Canadian travel blog, which is a really big deal, aligning with Sunwing's values and as well what they're trying to say. And essentially what they do is they document their journey traveling around the world, on their blog and all of their social media platforms, which you can see has over 400,000 engagement. And we found this through using services like Tracker, Clear, and MRP, and essentially over 10,000 traffic on their website, over 60,000 followers on Instagram, over 300,000 followers on YouTube, over 13,000 followers on Twitter, and over 17,000 on Facebook. And as the reason we chose them and the reason we think they're the best example of what we're going for is because, one, like previously mentioned, there are concerns with people traveling at the moment and just people that are traveling in general. And one thing that's really important about them is that, one, they're a diverse family. So they cater to the audience of, again, we're targeting the young travelers who are raring to get out into the world, but also the young families that are stuck at home with their children are really trying to have an escape of sorts. So we think this is perfect, as well as the woman on the left, the mom of the group. It's run by her, so that we think that's also really important as well because it's a female-led campaign. So it's really important that not only is it targeting women, but also targeting the diverse community as well as families in general. And yeah, and one main thing that they're doing right now is they're featuring how throughout this time they're traveling in a very unconventional way. So as you can see amongst the regulations and safety protocols for their family with COVID, they're actually currently traveling around in this little van of sorts in the background. So it's just really showcasing how through this time you can find unconventional ways to travel and really bringing that and tying that back into an ultimate vacation with Sunwing at the end of the day.
And just to add on to that, it's very relatable to use this type of spokesperson, especially amidst this pandemic, because in the real time, these are people that have devoted, their life to traveling. And unfortunately, due to COVID, many are not able to travel. So having this type of spokesperson really resonates, with Sunwing's values being real, and prioritizing their customers.
Exactly. And so at the end of the day, with the takeaways that we want our consumers and people that experience our campaign to take away is that they know that Sunwing is prioritizing their safety. Sunwing is committed to securing the safety and health of all of our consumers. Um, and alongside the World Health Organization, we're following and making sure that people know that Sunwing is following the appropriate safety regulations and making sure that Canadians are confident with the airline that they're choosing and making sure that that airline is specifically Sunwing. And secondly, Sunwing's campaign, our campaign and the Sunwing campaign that we're planning out will help them experience the desired vacation and really giving them an experience that's unique from their very own homes. So we want this to not only lift the spirits and really take people out of the situation that they might find themselves in and really giving them that experience that Sunwing is this innovative company that they definitely should look forward to being a part of and really taking advantage of what is to come once restrictions are lifted and they can travel once again. And finally, we want to ensure that the financial concerns of all of our consumers and customers are addressed. So Sunwing pledges to accommodate all financial concerns to the best of their ability. And of course, previously mentioned by Edan, we know that you already have some rules in place, giving out vouchers to certain consumers. So we just want to make sure that when they come to Sunwing and they are after experiencing our campaign, that they do know that we have their best interest in mind and we are doing what we can to satisfy them. And then finally, we just have an overview of our budget. So again, this is the entire budget. It's a little overview, but essentially we want to allocate money towards the website development. And like previously mentioned by Christine, will essentially be a redevelopment to make the website though the website now is amazing, we want to revamp it to make it a little bit more eye-catching and very unique, something that goes along with this creative campaign so that when people are on it and experiencing Sunwing, they really want to share with their friends and really get people talking about what Sunwing has to offer and what they're doing to really change the game. And then of course, social media marketing, we have Hops Across the Globe. And then for wellness, within Wellness Month, we want to feature this influencer, Rhea, was here. And essentially, similar to Hops Across the Globe, she's a travel influencer. And we want her to kind of represent that week and kind of just expand on the scope and the reach that we have with our campaign. And then, of course, the development of the virtual reality campaign, the launch events of Wellness Month, and the loyalty program. So stay loyal under our wing, media coaching for Stephen, and promotional offers that will come along with the loyalty program. And then, of course, the agency fees as well, which will include media monitoring, the development of the campaign, and of course, all other parts of the campaign. And as you can see, we did go under budget. We gave that extra about $4,000 just for overhead and any unexpected costs, as well as just making sure we show that we have Sunwing's best interest in mind and making sure that that you guys get the most bang for your buck.
And with that being said, we'd like to thank you guys so much for attending this presentation, hearing us out. And at the end of the day, not only will we work for you, but we work with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was great. I love the integration of our brand colors throughout the presentation as well. Nice touch with the orange. We love to see that. And the videos in particular that you shared were outstanding. So thanks for that. That looked really great. And it was a nice way to kind of encapsulate what you're suggesting from a VR perspective. So thanks for that. We do have a few questions here. One, I want to probe a little bit more and ask you about the digital loyalty program. Why propose something along those lines, especially given the current climate and the overall limited demand for travel at this current time?
I can start off that, and if anybody wants to jump in on that. The reason we decided to do a digital loyalty card is because there have been many companies who've already integrated this specific component within their business, and especially not knowing not knowing when we're going to be able to travel again because the government's regulations are constantly changing. Having this kind of cement and like permanent loyalty card will not only entice audiences to continue with Sunwing, but it also gives them this chance to see that Sunwing thinks about them, thinks of a new way to host their hospitality and overall just engage them back into Sunwing, reinstilling their confidence.
And we also really wanted to give people something to look forward to. I know like with all the things that we're rolling out, there's going to be a lot of anticipation and people are going to want to book a trip. And I think that for us to really get those conversions is to really get people to pull the trigger, is to have those discounts, to have that loyalty program, to think like, okay, I'm giving and I'm getting as well. So when they're booking with us, they're also getting a lot more in return.
And also, one major thing on the Sunwing side of things, well, on the business side, is with this program, not only are you getting all of those benefits, but also you're really gauging who's interested in traveling at the moment and what they want to see in the future. So really collecting that database and really having an understanding of the demographic is something that I think was really important and I think will be proved to be really valuable in any campaign that someone does.
And this is also our way, oh, sorry.
Go.
This is also our way to kind of speak directly to the people that are interested as well. Just because we have the email sign up, we're going to be able to just let them know about any updates, any changes, any promotions we have. It's just a very streamlined like line of communication with us to the consumer. So we think that was a really great idea there to just incorporate that as well.
Just to top it all off, like I said previously, not only would we work for you, but we work with you. So in the case of July and August, when we're monitoring all of the website traffic, if we see that things are not really, speeding up or our goals are not being reached, we're more than capable and able to pivot with you guys under your, attention and understanding, and then we work with you.
That's great. Now, question for you around the 15% discount. Can you talk a little bit more about that? How viable do you think that would be? Is that a temporary incentive or promotional offer versus a more of a long-term strategy?
Christine.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Christine.
No, go ahead.
No, for sure. So like previously mentioned with our loyalty program, we will be introducing like promotions throughout the week, and we have allocated that within our budget. The 15% is more of an incentive at the launch of the program to really get people to sign up and be a part of the loyalty program, getting them interested and engaged and really having an ear out, you know what I mean? Like who doesn't want essentially tax-free traveling? So giving that little incentive in the beginning to really get people excited and then having those smaller promotions throughout the entire campaign will really get people interactive and interested in what we have to offer and what the loyalty program is there for.
Sounds great. Another question we had around some of the metrics specifically for social. You had established a benchmark of increasing followers by 15,000 on social during the campaign timeframe. Can you tell us how you came up with that benchmark, that figure?
Christine, do you want to start and I can bounce off?
Yeah. So essentially, we did take a look at the followers that Sunwing already has, and it was mainly on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So really just kind of being realistic in the numbers and just knowing that the traffic and the people that we are engaging in that demographic, we had just tried to choose a number that made a lot of sense. Edan, you can kind of expand.
Yeah, 100%. That number it's not a fixed number, of course. This is with anything, especially during COVID, is trial and error. And this is a set goal for us. And again, we can always pivot the numbers. This is kind of more of, like Kendrick said, an incentive for consumers through all of our tactics and recommendation. And again, yeah, we're more than capable of pivoting these numbers if we see through the evaluation that our goals are not met, but we're quite confident that we can succeed.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at the end of the day, because the 15,000 is amongst all platforms over a 3-4 month period, right? So we think 15,000 is very, very manageable, especially with this innovative campaign idea. Who doesn't want to be a part of this, first of all, Canadian company, but also this really innovative campaign that's really hoping to really shake up the game of what an airline can offer within this time that we find ourselves in.
It's renowned, it's new. It's like, it's going to be the best next thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a great point, actually. And going back to your point, Kendrick, you mentioned the number is for all platforms combined. It's not for one specific platform, right? So that, okay, I think that's what we were thinking originally. If it's 15,000 for Instagram plus another 15,000 for Facebook, we're thinking that's very ambitious. But I think cumulatively it all makes sense. So thanks for that. A couple more questions from our team. One is about the VR tours. Did you give any thought in terms of where you would capture that content? Would it be a partnership or collaboration with one particular resort or destination, for example?
I can start off with that. So we actually, upon our research, saw all the hotels and chains that Sunwing basically is in collaboration with. And so our idea was to use, Sunwing's tech team already to have them film those virtual reality experiences from the resort already. And then from that, the users through their email subscriptions are going to be able to experience what your team would have ideally captured.
So it'll be a various amount of Sunwing locations. It won't just be one set because we want to give people the opportunity to kind of choose based on a certain vacation, whether that's Mexico, whether that's Jamaica. So kind of just being able to give them that variety there and allowing them just to tour multiple places to kind of make that decision of where they'd like to go next.
We specifically wanted, sorry, Kendrick, just specifically wanted to do the hotels and resort chains that are aligned with Sunwing, not really other ones, just because not only does that hone in specifically to Sunwing, but also to its values and basically allowing people to enjoy Sunwing's experience from the comfort of their own homes.
Yeah, so that would include like Royalton and a bunch of other locations.
And actually, the little tease. Oh, sorry. And that little teaser that we gave in our video was actually in the Bahamas, which Sunwing does service. So just a little there.
Thanks. Okay, last question, because I know we're at time. We just want to ask as well, how would you balance influencer marketing with some of the general pushback other companies in this industry have been receiving from the public for using influencers, especially in light of the pandemic? As I know, we talked about Dominique Baker a little bit. She certainly had some backlash for working with Air Canada. How would you balance that as part of your plan and your approach?
I can
Of course.
I think that essentially when we chose Hopscotch, the Globe, and Rhea, we made sure to kind of focus on people that are at home, people that are in their homes, they're kind of looking back. And that was kind of our biggest thing here when talking about influencer activations. We wanted people to really look back at their past vacations and kind of tie that thread and see what they're excited for in the future. So this isn't something where we're kind of having people go out anywhere. Also, as Kendrick explained, Hopscotch the Globe is currently traveling within Canada in a van, right? So it's very local. Like it's nothing. Sorry, I had a question.
No backlash would be put upon us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good answer. No, thank you. I think that was our last question. That was great. Thank you for all of the insights and the great responses to our question.